Thought I'd try it.
Anyway, how are you guys doing out there in fucking the world? Hopefully you had a great week. I think we got a good episode. You know, a lot of NFL football this week. Basically, we did eventually start it. I'm not gonna lie. They missed the intro, but what is this? What is it? We'll get to why I hold this now, because if you were here last week, Corey took the belt from me. He had it for a whole week.
Tell him why, because you're an egotistical maniac, and you couldn't just do what I did last week and just start the show with it on my shoulder. You want it to be some grand display because you're an asshole.
Well, I mean, you're right. But anyway, I am the champ this week. We'll get into why that is in a little bit. I want to start with not sports news, actually. Yeah, so I saw an article this week. If it'll, is it down here? There it is. Okay, so Disney, I'm going to read the article because it's not very long and I think it's better than just me explaining it. So, after the success of Star Wars Visions and Marvel's What If, Disney is looking to expand the animated offerings. One idea I've heard about from multiple insider sources is that Disney had an idea over the past few years of this Ralph McQuagmire. I don't know. He's a anime guy.
Quagmire.
Yeah. For original art style for the Star Wars trilogy, and reimagining it with that aesthetic, keeping some changes to characters in a way to show as an alternative take on Star Wars. So essentially, what they're talking about doing in Disney is redoing the OG trilogy animated. So they're gonna like anime style it. From where, let's see here.
That would be a lot more interesting because then you could actually flesh out some of the earlier lightsaber battles.
And they said here, currently writers are writing an outline for all three films that will be familiar to longtime fans, but we'll see some changes to the original story based on the second draft of Star Wars called Adventures of Starkiller, Episode 1, The Star Wars. The draft was starting to take shape, but some elements of the original film were wildly different. One of the bigger changes, this is from George Lucas, not Disney changing it. This was in Lucas's second draft of Star Wars. One of the things was Luke was a character called Deke Starkiller, who instead of a young man seeking adventure is already an established Jedi and captain of the Rebel Starfighter attacking a Rebel Starfighter attacked during the opening of A New Hope. While the first film is in a way already written as it's based on a draft of The New Hope, it is said the other two films will blend elements of that second draft while also keeping things familiar with regards to what happens in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So I think that's a great idea. Honestly, I saw a lot of backlash on Twitter. Like a lot of people were not about leave Star Wars alone and but why are you recycling old ideas?
That's all Disney's been doing since 2000.
True, but my counter is that it's not the OG trilogy. It's not something we've seen before. It's going to be a loose outline, but it's George Lucas's idea. It's just before he made changes and we got the final product. I think it's actually a decent idea.
You haven't watched any of What If, have you?
No What If, and I haven't seen any of the Star Wars Visions yet. I forgot, and I should have watched it on Friday. I had some time. My job at work was running really good, so I had some time. But I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh.
Man, I am full to the brim of the Yugster.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not watching Yu-Gi-Oh! OG because I've seen it so many times. I'm watching.
I'm finally watching new things. I'm in Battle City, so.
You're in Battle City. So have you seen Kaiba announce the tournament?
Yeah. Hanging out a helicopter.
Bro, hanging out a helicopter. The whole city can hear him.
Pulls his wiener out. Yeah, flashes it at
he was like, Yugs. Everybody, come to the Battle City tournament. Bring your best cards. If you lose, the other person gets your best cards. And you get how many? Is it 6 losses?
6. You got to get 6.
If you get 6 wins, you get the map that gives you the clear ID cards and leads you to
lay them over top of each other. It forms the map. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's I assume you have to. Maybe it's an unlimited amount of losses.
Are they just gonna rehash all the battles from before and just do them again? Are we gonna see Yugi versus Weevil?
No,
and Joey,
I don't think so.
Joey
you will see Weevil again.
I see him. I see all 3 of them little fucks.
I think they might do some rehashes.
Rex Raptor, which is a terrible name, and Mako Tsunami, which is also a terrible name.
First of all, Mako Tsunami is a fantastic name.
No, it's not.
How? Mako is a breed of shark. Tsunami is water. Mako Tsunami. It's perfect.
Rex Raptor is 2 dinosaurs put together.
But it's also the alliteration. Rex Raptor
is a douchebag.
Weevil Underwood is a piece of shit. He's the one who got rid of Exodia. The last Exodia. Well,
no. The old boy pulled it out. So beep 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 against Joseph.
Oh boy, the rare hunter.
Yeah, douchebag.
He is a douchebag, but also
he was the one that was fucking me up that night.
Yeah, of course he was. He was summoning Exodia in one turn.
Well, I fucked him up.
Rude. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Star Wars. The dumpster. And,
hey. Oh, this is a family show. It's a family show. Hey, look at this fucking championship belt. We'll get to that in a minute, like I said. But so I think the Star Wars idea is decent. This is not something that's gonna come out next year.
I want the real Star Killer. I don't give a fuck about this. I want the real.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The real Star Killer.
If they're gonna, I mean, it's still possible. Man.
Slap Vady around.
I've also been hearing that
nobody can slap Vady around.
Facts. I've also been hearing that they're open to doing non-canon legend stuff, type like Star Killer, like that kind of stuff. So
Admiral
it's definitely
Thrawn.
Possible. He's not non-canon though.
I mean, but he was for a while.
He's in the OG trilogy.
Barely.
I mean, he's there though.
He's a fuckface.
I mean, I don't disagree. I always thought Admiral Thrawn was an alien, but he's not. I mean, I guess technically they're all aliens.
He's blue.
He's not blue.
He's blue.
Right, now you gotta have me checking my shit here.
So we're gonna do
Admiral Thrawn. He's blue? No, but I
don't give a fuck. He's blue, right? That's what he's blue? He's blue?
He's blue, but...
This fucking guy, seriously. I have a book sitting on my coffee table right now called Admiral Thrawn. He's blue. I just haven't read it. I haven't read it in a long time. I'm very upset with myself.
I thought he was a human.
You got me hooked on fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! And I can't do anything else, and it's your goddamn fault.
We doing this? You're just asking hard-hitting questions?
Alright, so, if anybody sees that question, you can go back and listen to our Star Wars episode. We actually talked about this, but I don't mind. It depends. Is it your first time watching it? Like, totally? Or are you just watching it for funsies? Like, you've already seen it a lot of time.
Purple.
Red.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Who killed Mace Windu?
Darth Sidious? With help from Anakin. If Anakin doesn't interfere, he loses. Anakin doesn't interfere, he loses.
Can we talk about how fucking...
Purple, first of all. Second of all...
Palpy's down there shocking himself, and he's like, help me. Like, why didn't... I would have looked down and like, stop fucking shooting lightning, dog.
But have you ever been shocked?
Shut up. Palpy is the strongest Palpy.
So you think he can just turn it off? It's the same. You grab the electric, you can't let go.
You can in the fucking video game.
Babe, I love you, but if you're a fan, you just take the ass off of that.
You're the only one that watches.
I mean,
Tony doesn't even watch it.
Nah, he said fuck you guys, man.
That's
anyway,
fair.
Listen, best favorite color is purple. First of all,
no, it's not.
Second of all,
it's green.
He's got a point.
It's green.
I personally think if
all right, let's do it. You say one way, I'll say the other way.
Here's the thing. Personally, I wish I would have watched it with you in chronological-ish order. So I would
prequels.
No.
OG. You want OG, then prequels, then
then
skip 8.
If you just have the movies, right? I think the best way to do it is not in chronological or release order. You watch 4 and 5. In 5, spoiler alert, you find out that Darth Vader is Luke's scout.
How I would do it? All right, because we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're going. All right.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
10, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3 after that. 1 and 2. Watch the animated Clone Wars. Okay. Well, true. So you watch Rogue One, 4 and 5, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back. Then you go back in time, because in Empire Strikes Back, you find out that Darth Vader is Luke's father. So then you want to find out more about how Darth Vader came to be. What's that story? So
what
then
happened to Bananakin?
Right. So then you go back and watch 1 and 2, and then you watch the Clone Wars animated TV show, because at the end of 2, start of the Clone Wars. Then you watch the animated show. At the end of the animated show, it leads into Revenge of the Sith. Then after Revenge of the Sith, you watch 6. Because then you get the full circle of Darth Vader's story. Then you watch 7, you sleep through 8, and you watch 9. That's how you do it.
And then you throw the Solo movie away. It's trash.
It doesn't fit well.
Where would you watch it? You would have to watch it before Rogue One. And that makes no fucking sense.
It's too far. Yeah, it's too far back.
Because we're like Baby Han, but then like at the very end, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the trash movie, I'll save you the effort. Darth Maul shows up.
And they haven't gone back to
so
that
like
yet?
maybe you watch it, since if Darth Maul's still alive and he's got robotic legs, maybe you watch that
sometime before 3? Yeah, I guess you'd have to. But anyway, so there you go.
The effort.
And if you're just watching movies, most people, if you ask them, will tell you to watch it release order 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 because that's the way like they watched it. I think watching it 1, 2, 3 might actually be a better way to do it.
I don't know though, because then you get a better appreciation for Yoda specifically. Because then if you watch 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, you get to see what Yoda was, versus like when you see him on Dagobah and he's all fucking old and decrepit. You're like, oh, what the fuck did he ever do? And then you get to see him in action.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't actually type it in chat, and I don't know how to add a description. So
you can after you post it, I think.
Can you? Maybe I can in the description. I'll try it. But you're right. It is long. And like I said, if you go to Buzzsprout, the Star Wars episode is on our Buzzsprout account.
That one does it.
It's audio only.
That's still my favorite one.
It was a good one. We put a lot of effort into that one. That's a 3-hour though. I think
we sped through at least sports in that day just to get to the shit we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's at least a 2-hour.
Yeah, sports happened anyway. Star Wars was a.
Well, hey, speaking of viewer, if you have any suggestions for episode 100 here in the next week or so,
hot dog eating contest.
I'll kill you.
Okay, good.
I don't like hot dogs. No, hot dogs are gross. And also, we learned a couple weeks ago they take minutes off the end of your life, actually.
Oh, so hot dog eating contest.
I'm getting stuck to the chair because of this nasty thing. It's all over the chair, so I don't want to lean back. Anyway, that's I wanted to start with Star Wars. Thank you for the interesting questions. That does give us a lot more to talk about. I appreciate that a lot. But I do want to. We're gonna downgrade a little.
We're gonna downshift.
We're gonna throttle back. We're gonna talk about some sports now. So first on my list is there's been reports that Kawhi might return this year after his ACL tear. They're saying he's ahead of schedule in his rehab and he's gonna return. Listen.
He's going to return to play a sick 42 games.
No, he won't play that many. He won't return to like 20 games
left
in the season.
A sick 12 games.
Here's the other thing about Kawhi returning. One, the last time he was seriously injured, quote unquote seriously, in San Antonio, they tried to make him play early before he was ready. And what happened?
He left.
Yeah, because he didn't like that shit. So
he doesn't like to play. So.
That's a thing. But also, I think what it is he's very sensitive about his body and
he's a bitch.
Yeah. Listen, stop.
Oh.
I think he will take the whole year off. I don't think if he tore his ACL, he's not going to play until he feels like he's 100% ready.
I don't give a fuck about him. When's Clay coming back? That's the one I care about. Clay's
December.
The only
I think it's
one
on December.
I give a shit about.
I think they're targeting December.
Like, Kawhi never played another game again. It wouldn't hurt my soul at all.
Wow, that's kind of fucked up. Listen, let me fix this here because
stop acting like you love watching Kawhi play basketball.
Listen, first of all, whoa. I enjoy watching great players play basketball. There's not. I'm
waiting.
Excuse me. My problem with Kawhi
is he's not good.
No, he's very good. He's overrated by most. Hey, shit, we got another viewer in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Feel free to post questions if you can see. They've already been asking some. Kawhi is good at basketball. He's not as good as everybody else thinks he is, and I think he gets a lot of extra credit or too much credit for the Toronto win and for the Spurs win. There's a tweet I saw the other day.
Credit for his defensive abilities.
That's not true. He's an excellent defender.
Used to be. You don't get credit if you can't play back-to-backs, my guy.
Oh, my God. Listen, anyway.
Nope.
The other thing about Kawhi is, like, this is a wild stat. He's got more finals MVPs than he does triple-doubles. Yeah, first of all, because that's not the kind of player he is. He's not a triple-double guy. He's not an assist guy. He's not really a passer. He's a ball stopper. He gets the ball, and he's shooting it,
he's buns.
He's not buns. He's really good.
Hot cross buns.
Oh, my God. Anyway, we'll move on from Kawhi.
Thank God.
Next wild stat. We're NFL time, and we're going to find out why I'm wearing a belt. Because first, before we get into that, Lamar Jackson leads the NFL in yards per completion and yards per attempt rushing. No player has ever done that before, first of all. And second of all, if he manages to somehow keep that up for the whole season, he'll be obviously the only person to ever do that. So, shout out to Lamar Jackson, my personal favorite player in the NFL. Now, if you don't know, if you weren't here a couple weeks ago, we came up with like a locks thing. I don't know what we were going to call it yet, but essentially we pick 3 games a week. And our favorite team, he likes the 49ers, I like the Bears, is like a tiebreaker or a bonus point. Both our teams lost this way, by the week, so we'll get that out of the way.
37 seconds.
We'll talk about that in a second. So, our locks, like I said, we picked 3 games, and then whoever gets the most games right wins the belt. Last week, he actually held the belt. If you didn't start the podcast on time, he handed it to me this week. You want to...
Because you're an egotistical maniac.
I'm not an egotistical maniac. Fuck you. Listen, I'm going to
one-up you next week. I'm going to have you stand behind me and lower it.
We'll see if you can...
Off camera, I want you to drop it down.
You had the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Bengals. You were 2-1. Not bad, because our first week we were struggling. You were 2-1 this last week. However...
Who would have thought the Chiefs...
I know.
Would have been the one.
The one that lost.
That was a yimmy.
The Chiefs' defense is really bad. We're gonna talk.
Always been bad.
We're gonna talk about. So I have our games that we picked written down. Kind of. Do I have all 6? I don't think I have all 6, but we can. I'll figure it out if I need to. I had Rams, Cardinals, and Ravens. He went 2-1. I went 3-0. So I get the belt this week. No bonus points because, like I said, both teams lost. And then we'll go into some game breakdown. And so, yeah. So, the Ravens won on a 60... Speaking of 37 seconds, the Ravens had to pick up a 4th and 19 and kick a 66-yard field goal to beat the Lions. Now, the game wasn't actually that close, honestly. Hollywood Brown left these at home. He had 2 nubs on the end of his arm trying to catch a football, which doesn't make any sense.
Bro, the one he could have...
He dropped 2 guaranteed touchdowns. Which were beautiful fucking throws by Lamar. It's crazy that people are like, oh, Lamar can't throw. And he's throwing fucking dots. And his receivers just fucking drop him. I think Bateman coming back this week is going to be fucking huge. He is going to be awesome for them. At least, fingers crossed he is.
Or at least open up the field more.
Yeah, and like I said, Boykin doesn't get a lot of targets. But he's so big that I feel like with Lamar with his accuracy issues. For example, in Eli's early career, he had Plexico Burress, who was so fucking giant. And so if Eli would just throw it near him, Plex come down with it. I envision Miles Boykin playing the same role. That's why Lamar likes to throw to tight ends. They're bigger targets. Hollywood Brown's small as shit, so you got to be almost perfect to get him the ball.
Speaking of Plexico, isn't that crazy that he's one of the greatest red zone wide receivers of all time?
I don't like the way you just said that with the utmost confidence.
He is.
He's buns.
You're not serious, right?
Plexico Burress shot himself in the leg in a strip club, so
and still has a Super Bowl ring.
So
more than you.
And I'm proud of that Super Bowl ring because he beat the fucking Patriots to get it.
Yeah. So what? Let's fucking be Team Plex. What is wrong with you?
He shot himself in the leg.
So
he wore sweatpants and a gun to a strip club and then shot himself.
Yep.
Stupid idiot.
And
fun fact.
He's got a Super Bowl ring and millions
How
of
many
dollars.
teams did he play for?
3.
2.
That's right. He would go back to Pittsburgh. I forgot.
Anyway. The Ravens game was awesome. It shouldn't have been that close because Hollywood Brown literally let Lamar down. Literally.
Jake, or what's his name?
Justin Tucker.
Thank you. I don't know how to call him Jake.
You know he's 99 overall on Madden this week.
He should be. He's the best kicker in the league.
And it's
like
not even close.
Before
he wasn't a 9. The kicker's not going to get 99 overall.
He should be. Fuck that. Your other game, old boy tried to kick a 68-yarder and was actually pretty fucking close.
He was surprisingly close. So,
and then they just let Buddy just...
The Cardinals and the Jags, it was an awful first half. I think the Jags ended up leading at halftime 14-7, I believe. 14-7. The Cardinals offense was struggling in the first half. They get in field goal range and try to kick a 68-yard field goal in Florida, which doesn't make any damn sense. And then Jacksonville returned it for a touchdown. So instead of being up 10-7, they went down 14-7 at half. But after halftime, Kyler came out and did his thing. They ended up putting up like 40 points, and it was a wash.
My God, is it nice to see Jacksonville struggling?
They struggled last year.
2 overrated ass people that play for that or that are involved in that organization.
Here we fucking go.
Trevor Lawrence, Urban Meyer.
How is Trevor Lawrence overrated?
Look at him.
What?
Look at him.
All right, how about do me a favor? Name a wide receiver on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Fucking D.D. Westbrook.
Nope, he doesn't play for them anymore.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Who's he play for?
The fucking Chiefs.
You're fucking lying. This guy's always lying.
I've never lied.
You're lying right now.
That's true. D.D. Westbrook. He currently plays for the Minnesota Vikings. Fuck you. I was wrong about the Chiefs. I was right that he doesn't play for Jacksonville anymore, bitch. Name a receiver that plays. Name a player other than the Trevor Lawrence who plays for Jacksonville.
Fucking Fred Taylor.
Okay. I didn't say played. Oh. Currently playing.
Fucking Miles Jack.
Yeah, right. That's because I had him and I was fucking you up with him. Listen.
Fuck him.
Listen.
All right.
Listen.
Right.
Jacksonville's a shit team and their best receiver just went out with a broken ankle. So
trying to catch all them whack ass fucking Trevor Lawrence passes. He probably rolled his ankle trying to.
You know what's wild is you talk all this shit, but you've never seen a highlight. You've never gone and watched any tape on him. You haven't done anything except just
I know, but
run
it's because everyone else and I want to be the one guy that's like.
That's not how it works.
Yep.
You just because you're like I'm not. You're a reverse hipster. Admit it.
No,
you're a reverse hipster. You're a reverse hipster. Because hipsters are like, hipsters are like, oh, I like this stuff before it was popular. You're the opposite. You don't like anything. Fucking reverse Mormons.
Somebody's got to be on the opposite side.
The fucking Rams, by the way, which I did pick them to beat the Bucks. That was me. I did that. The Rams.
I didn't expect it to be that kind of game, though.
What do you mean? A high-scoring affair where the Rams dog-walked the Bucks?
Yeah.
I did.
Not with that defense.
The Bucks defense has been the Bucks defense. So last year, the Atlanta Falcons worst pass defense in NFL history. They averaged 200 and I think they gave up 280 yards a game last year, and that's the worst in NFL history. The Bucks are giving up 338 yards a game. So
it's a good thing they signed Richard Sherman.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know. I forgot about his incident a couple months back. So I was like, why are you so shitty about Richard Sherman? I forgot he was like, he was on the alcohol a little
bit. Trying to literally kill his father-in-law.
I mean, to be fair.
No. There is literally no to be fair there.
I'm going to take this off because it's sticking everything, but just know I'm the champ. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
What are you,
champ is here, baby.
Well.
Listen, we got to do something about that. It's so sticky. Listen, the Rams. So the Rams came out and absolutely. So here's the thing, and we're gonna get to a little bit of this, and bullshit skip says later.
I bet.
Stafford started rough. He was 1 for 6 after 2 drives. Like it was looking like, oh, Matt Stafford can't handle the pressure. After a drive, settled down, and just fucking lit him up.
I didn't expect him to be that good only because of their running situation, but apparently Matt Stafford said, I'm used to playing with no running back.
Yeah, their running backs aren't very good, which is why I expected them to take ETN in the draft. But
no, Jacksonville took Travis Etienne. Really doing you guys a lot of favors right now, right?
He broke his foot.
Mm-hmm. I know. Trash ass.
I hate it when you do that shit. You're so dumb. Hey, but anyway, so Tom Brady had a good game. If you look at it, he had 432 yards, which sounds really cool, but he had 1 touchdown, and 240 yards came when they were down 14. At least 14.
But he had over 400 yards, and he's 44. I'm sure that's the narrative right now.
We'll get to that.
Doesn't matter that he lost.
Matt Stafford played great. He had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He played awesome. He had a couple deep bombs to Deshaun. McVay, yeah, he's the coach there. His offense is really good, especially when you like. Part of his problem is, so if you watched, and I'm not gonna take credit for this. I learned these things by watching sports talk, so I'm not like taking credit. But like last year when he would call plays, so the coaches and the quarterback can hear each other until 15 seconds on the play clock, I think. So that's why the Rams would run a lot of hurry up so they could get to the line, see what defense is in, and McVay could tell Goff what he needs to do. So I guess the reports were like McVay would call the play, say, Goff, they're lined up like this, throw the hitch. Goff, if they're lined up like this, throw the go. Like he would have to scheme it perfectly, otherwise Goff couldn't do it. He was just off script. He was awful. But with Stafford, he calls a play and fucking turns his headset off. Because Stafford can either A, make the damn play work, or B, shit falls apart. It's a different coverage. He'll make a play happen afterwards. And so you can definitely see the growth of that offense. And plus, they're running this play like they're on a naked boot, so they'll roll Stafford out to the right and he'll throw it across the field.
God,
Shit
dude has a fucking cannon.
Shit
man.
that Goff can't ever dream of doing with his tiny ass little hands. But I can't talk shit. I got little hands too.
On,
but listen, so I think the Rams offense has gone up a level, and that defense was already elite anyway. So I definitely think they're a Super Bowl contender.
So what has changed in Tampa Bay?
You
got a lot of injuries?
Not a lot. Their secondary, I think they're missing 2 starting corners from the secondary, but both those corners played week 1 and they still got torched up. So
maybe they lost their edge since they won the Super Bowl.
It's definitely part of it. And I mean, the thing with
it did just feel like they were gonna win.
But regardless. Going into the Super Bowl, they were talking about Bruce Arians. They asked Bruce Arians about how he felt about the Chiefs team. Where he's like, they brought everybody back and they didn't really get any better, so I don't think that's gonna help them a whole lot. And then after they won, he was like, we're not the Chiefs. We're not gonna bring everybody back, like, because the Chiefs said run it back or whatever, and the Bucs were like, we're not just gonna run it back. That's the Chiefs thing. But then they brought back all 22 starters. I think that's part of the problem. They didn't adapt. They didn't change anything. Now, granted, their secondary was really young last year, so I think the growth they were hoping for. But the Bucs, the defense is not getting any pressure on the quarterback. Jason Pierre-Paul has been hurt. Vita Vea is not a pass rusher, and Shaq Barrett, if you just double him, there's no other pass rush because JPP's gone. So Shaq Barrett gets a double team.
Sue's not there anymore?
He's there, but he's old, bro. He isn't playing.
He's fucking broken in Madden. No matter how awesome. Old Ndamukong Suh gets, he's still going to come.
Yeah, it's because he's got like 97 strength at D tackle. He's a fucking monster. But I mean, and I don't think he plays a lot of snaps. I think what they do is they bring him in situationally because they're saving him. He can't. He's an older guy. But they drafted a defensive tackle last year in like the first or second round. So I think the rookie's getting a lot of snaps. Early in the season, and obviously you got Levante David and David White out there.
They can kind of hang out, man. That division's up in the air. Although it's so good to see Sam Darnold playing all right.
We've been talking about Sam Darnold for a little bit, but I don't trust the Bucs defense right now. But they started off slow last year and ended up great, so we'll see.
They should have.
But hey, Gronk not gonna play in the reunion game this Sunday because Tom Brady's an asshole and got his ribs broken. So.
Gronky.
Yeah. Tommy and Gronky are not going back.
Tommy doesn't have Gronky?
No. It's just going to be
good thing he's got 18 other fucking people to throw the ball to. Scotty Miller's going to get in there.
We're going to get to that later. But honestly, if you didn't see the play, Gronk's running a drag, and instead of throwing the ball, like leading him so he can see, the ball's behind him, and Gronk has to stop and turn around, and he does a full 360 so he can't see what's in front of him, and a linebacker just rocks his shit.
Skadooshed him.
Yeah, he...
Kung Fu Panda?
That's the one. Thank you. I was like, I was thinking Jack Black.
Skadoosh.
Anyway, Kung Fu Panda is your spirit animal?
Fuck yeah. Jack Black is my spirit animal.
Jack Black's awesome. Next up, we did have you pick the Bengals to beat the Steelers. That was a surprising pick. To be fair, the Steelers are ass.
Yep. Ben
Roethlisberger literally was... Did you see that he was rolling out against the Bengals this weekend and just fell? Bro, there's nobody around. He literally just fucking fell down.
He's been done for like the last 5 years, bro.
Yeah, he looks like shit. His arm is trash. His athleticism's
Imagine
gone.
that. Antonio Brown and fucking Le'Veon Bell being gone. You kind of get exposed. I need you to look into the camera and apologize to me, by the way.
About what?
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Nah, they got Chase Claypool. They got Chase Claypool. Fuck you.
What did you say about Juju Smith-Schuster?
He could be a number one.
What happened? What did I tell you about Juju Smith? What did me and Mo tell you about Juju
First of all, fuck both of y'all. I don't care about y'all. I mean, I care about y'all a lot, but listen, that's not the point.
What'd you say?
I was wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. I'm wrong less often than you, though.
I was going to say.
So
that way, the ratio is 5-1. But I need the one.
Yeah,
I can't be 5-0.
I thought Juju could be something. No. I was wrong.
Again, it's so easy to be wide the fuck open when everyone's like, "Hey, fucking, where's AB at?"
Chase Claypool's not playing this weekend. He got hurt, so that's really sad. He's from Canada, by the way. Fun fact.
No, where'd he go though?
Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. That's why he's good.
Okay, that's why he's good.
Anyway,
we're just gonna lie to each other. I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
Friends don't lie to friends.
The Bengals really embarrassed. The score was 24-10. It was not that close of a game. Burrow was 14 for 18, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception, but that shit happens. Big Ben threw 58 times.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Bro, what are we doing, man? He's 85 years old. He can't be throwing the ball that many times.
They're not running with Najee Harris?
Najee had 28 touches total. He had 14 catches and 14 rushing attempts.
Why are you throwing the ball to Najee Harris?
Why are you throwing the ball that many times? I'm assuming that's their running game. Screen, short passes to the running back. The same thing the Saints would do. Same thing that the Chiefs do sometimes. A lot of NFL teams throw the short stuff as a run game because the Steelers' offensive line is dick. They're terrible. The Chiefs did end up losing to the Chargers. It was a super close game. It took a 4th and 9 with a questionable pass interference call for the Chargers to get the dub. They ended up going for a touchdown to win 30-24. The Chiefs did start that game with 3 consecutive turnovers, though. So I don't know what's going on with the Chiefs. They didn't have a turnover in September until this year. They fumbled away the game against the Ravens. They had another turnover against the was it Ravens then Chargers? I don't remember. They had 3 more against the Chargers. It's just been a rough start to the season for the Chiefs.
I still knew that damn Chargers defense was going to be dope, bro.
I gotta be honest, it looks really good, but I haven't heard of Derwin yet. So I'm either A, he's just not making plays, or B, they're like avoiding him at all costs. But I haven't heard Derwin at all this year. No highlights of him, no nothing.
Well, I won back-to-back championships with that defense, and I'll tell you one thing: Drew Tranquill is dope.
Drew Tranquill played for
Notre Dame. Speaking of which, they lost to Cincinnati,
a top 10 team.
You want to
number 8?
Pull their schedule up. Pull Cincinnati.
Why would I pull the schedule up? They're ranked in.
Notre Dame is their only ranked opponent, and it's not even close.
Oh, so that's their fault? So they're playing the Big Ten?
Cincinnati's
They
fault?
play who's on their schedule, and they get dubs. And you know what? They beat Notre Dame, and that's because they're a top-ranked team. Fucking Ohio State lost to Oregon, who's not ranked in the top 10, by the way. They're like...
Oregon is 3. Right now, they were 3.
Okay, but they were 12 when they played Ohio State. First of all,
they were 3, though.
But they were 12. And then what they do this week?
They lost to
Stanford. They lost to Stanford, which is the equivalent of losing to Cincinnati. However, Cincinnati is ranked and Stanford's not. Therefore, Cincinnati has a better loss than Oregon. Fuck off.
Sounds to me like you're just making a whole lot of excuses for the fact that you lost to Cincinnati.
Moving on. So here's the thing. There's been a lot of talk. You know, it's reunion week, homecoming week for Tom Brady and Gronk. They're going back to face the Patriots for the first time since they left. It's okay. We're going to get through this together.
Bill Belichick's a bitch.
Where did that come from, Fal?
I was watching, I think it was Tom Brady was talking. And this will show you how much I think, what I really truly think of Bill Belichick. Because if Tom Brady said something and I'm on the side of Tom Brady, Tom Brady said that his farewell conversation with Bill Belichick was over the phone, and it was so fucking brief. And I was like, dude, y'all have known each other for 2 decades.
Okay, here's the thing. First of all, that shouldn't surprise you. Bill Belichick has been get out before they're too old and they hurt your team. He's been cold-hearted, calculated. Nobody's above the team.
Never hurt that team. Never hurt that team.
If he was playing for them last year, he would have hurt the team. If he was playing for them this year, he would hurt the team. Because
like Mac Jones was hurting them?
Yes.
Because he's trash?
Why are you looking at me like I stood up for Mac Jones?
No. Can I just
Don't do that.
Can I just say I'm so... When the number 3 pick came up and Mackie Jones was sitting there, and I was like,
you know they were gonna their first thought was the reason they traded up to 3 was because they were afraid the Patriots were gonna get in front of them and get Mac Jones. It wasn't until they went and saw Trey Lance for the second time that they changed their mind to draft him instead of Mac Jones. First of all, second of all, you're right. Bill Belichick is an asshole, but that's not news. He's been an asshole.
I don't know, man. Like, I just don't understand how you win 6 Super Bowls together and you let that relationship deteriorate so bad.
Because when Bill Belichick wanted to, I'm not saying 3 Super Bowls isn't nothing, but when Bill Belichick just saw the writing on the walls and was going to move on from Tom Brady, drafted Jimmy Garoppolo, they hadn't won a Super Bowl in 10 years. So that's not a bad decision on his part.
No.
Then they go in and win. They win 3 more in the next 6 years, where the fuck it was, and they go on a nice little run. However, if you think about it, it was they went to 4 Super Bowls and won 3.
Yeah.
They
went to a total of 9.
Yeah,
together.
they won against Atlanta. They lost the next year against the Eagles. Then they beat the Rams. and they beat the Seahawks in that second set of wins they got there.
Because fucking...
But exactly. But if you go back and you look at it, Atlanta had no business losing the game. The Seahawks had no business losing the game.
Shanahan.
And fucking the Rams, they put up 3 points. Like, I'm supposed to be impressed? Anyway, Tom Brady had 150 yards passing. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl. Ooh. Anyway.
Still won.
But Bill Belichick is... I'm not saying it's right. I'm not surprised.
I think they're both fucking dickheads. I'm not... Let me say that. I don't understand how you win that many Super Bowls
here's
together and then you can't be civil.
Colin Cowherd said it really well. I don't know if you watch, but what you're talking about is there's excerpts of a book that's coming out in a couple weeks about It's Better to Be Feared, which is basically a tell-all book about the Patriots dynasty and with Tom Brady and stuff. But generally...
Did he write it?
No, it's a famous, not a famous, but a popular sports writer. If I said his name, you'd recognize him. But anyway... Tommy and Gronky wrote a book. Let me find out. At the end of my world. Anyway, so this book comes out in a couple weeks. But Colin Cowherd was like, generally speaking, if a book involves like that many people and one person is called out a lot and a lot of shit's talked about them, it's because they didn't participate in the writing of the book, and that's true. Belichick answered no calls.
He's not even in Madden, for fuck's sake.
He didn't take any of their bullshit. So.
You think it's slanted because he wouldn't participate?
It's 100% slanted, but also I'm not saying it's wrong or they're lying. I'm just saying he didn't offer up any...
It's probably going to be one of those things like Scottie Pippen's book where he's just going to try to make everybody else around him look like an asshole.
So, yes, Bill Belichick's an asshole. What was the whole point of this?
Sorry.
The...
Homecoming game.
One of the things that came out was why Malcolm Butler got benched for that Super Bowl.
Because he's hot cross buns.
We'll get to that. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, the Super Bowl against the Eagles that they ended up losing 41 to 33. Everybody was flabbergasted. Malcolm Butler didn't play. Oh my God, he started the most starts on our defense. Why didn't he play? Well, he was a dickhead to the defensive coordinator during the week, and for some reason that was justifiable for him to not play in the Super Bowl. I don't know why, if that's enough of a reason or not. However,
I will say Bill Belichick does not put up with bullshit.
No, and again, I'm not saying that's a justifiable reason. Arguments happen all the time. Unless
it's his team, he gets to run the way the fuck he wants.
And also, Malcolm Butler's not going to help them win that game. They still had Stephon Gilmore. Yeah. They still had a good defense. Yeah. It was just what they ran up against was a team playing their absolute best, and they were on a roll.
It was the perfect storm.
Like it wasn't like Malcolm Butler is not going to change that game by 8 points or 10 points.
The way I look at it. Name another team like them that loses their MVP caliber quarterback. The backup steps in, who is
and then plays better.
Trash. Yeah, and they make a subtle change to the offense, and they're better than the MVP was.
Right. It's just it doesn't make any sense. It was a perfect storm.
Philly was meant to win that.
Right.
Year.
There was just no. But I did some research, so I got a little note here. The idea that Malcolm Butler sitting out the Super Bowl, and that's the reason they lost, is crazy to me. Skip also during the week he referred to the Eagles Super Bowl as the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl. But I thought the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl was when he picked off Russell Wilson on the 1-yard line and won them a Super Bowl. Anyway. I
still don't give him credit for that. That was a terrible play call.
But he made a good play on the ball.
No, he threw it right to him.
He threw it to a spot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to throw it to a spot.
No, you're not supposed to throw it to a spot on the 1-yard line.
You can't throw it to the receiver. He's moving, you dummy. So you don't know how to throw a football. That's what you're telling me.
No, you don't throw the ball on the 1-yard line. That's what I know. Not when you got fucking beast mode behind you.
We've been over this. Anyway.
Yeah, Pete Carroll's a terrible coach. Russell Wilson's overrated.
Ooh, you are so wrong there, pal.
You can't forget you can't only play half a year. So, remember when the weakest interception in world history that literally made DK Metcalf look like a fucking Olympic sprinter, which by the way he is. But he lollipopped.
Okay, so you're gonna pick out one poor play and say that's why he's overrated?
I remember myself though this time last year saying I cannot believe Russell Wilson has never won an MVP. And then he does what he always does, and he falls apart in the second half. And then I'm like, oh, this is why he's never won an MVP. Because he plays through week 8 and then forgets how to play football the last fucking 9 weeks of the year.
All right, let me ask you this. He's overrated. Would you take him over Jimmy Garoppolo?
Nope.
Don't lie to the people. There are 2 people watching. Don't lie to them. You're a fucking liar.
I wouldn't take either one. Give me Trey Lance.
If you truly believe that, I'm gonna need you to leave. If you truly believe you would take Trey Lance over Russell Wilson today, get out of my house.
What week are we talking? I'm not taking him week 10. I know that. Week 12? Week 13? Week 2? Fuck yeah. Give me Russell Wilson all day, every day.
See, I know you're trying to do this, piss me off. Anyway, I'm going to finish my thing real quick. Thanks. I did research.
No, you didn't.
The big talking point was that Butler, like, whenever you hear that he sat out, well, he's played more snaps than anybody on their defense. How could you sit him? Here's the thing. First of all, Stephon Gilmore, they got him after week 3, and he was third.
That was from the trade for Brandon Cooks, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he came back.
No, to the Bills. Stephon Gilmore played for the Bills.
Did he?
Yeah. Anyway, so my guess would be if anybody would have led the team snaps, it would have been Gilmore, but he wasn't on the team yet. So that's kind of a weird talking point. The other one was, let me see, second, he only had 2 picks the whole season. There's 16 games, he had 2 picks. And if Stephon Gilmore's on one side, they're probably throwing the ball at Malcolm Butler. First of all,
I would.
That's the second talking point. And the other one was, let me see here. Ooh, shit. He did have 12 pass deflections. That's less than 1 a game. And again, the other corner is Stephon Gilmore. You're not throwing at Gilmore. So of course he's gonna.
You got McCourty over the top.
Right. Like it's not like Malcolm Butler was a fucking world beater that season. Like he played the most snaps. What does that mean? It just means he was on the field. It doesn't mean he was fucking good.
It's the same fucking thing as Tracy Porter when he picked off fucking Peyton and took it back to the house. You one play made your entire career. People act like you're good. You're not.
No, facts. And
I always thought he was overrated as fuck. I didn't Malcolm Butler.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Trash.
And finally, let's pretend that mattered. Brady still threw for 505 yards. Like it's okay.
There's not really more Brady could have done in that game.
No, but also he threw for 505 yards. However, he had the ball 2 times. With 2 minutes left, down 5. So he got the ball, 2 minutes left, down 5. He got strip sacked. Eagles kick a field goal. He gets the ball with a minute left, down 8, and he has a timeout left. He goes 9 play. He had 9 plays in a minute. Couldn't get in field goal range, and they lost the game. It almost sounds like, because see, here's the other thing that people will say, especially Skip. Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. That's unheard. That's great. That's okay. How come he didn't do it there? Because what you do for other people is you'll say, well, they can't do it in clutch time, and then you list out all the reasons, and they'll say, well, they didn't do it in championship games.
Me and you have had this conversation before too. Is it really a game-winning drive if your kicker?
See, that's my thing.
Kicker puts it through the upright.
Is like. You set your kicker up to hit the game-winning field goal.
You set the kicker up to
hit the game-winning. If he misses, is it a game-winning drive?
Right.
No. It's a game-winning drive because the kicker did his job. But then...
You wouldn't need the kicker if he scored a touchdown.
But then if he misses, like if Adam Vinatieri misses a field goal, right? Skip's whole thing is kickers shouldn't decide the game.
Unless...
He literally said the game should be decided by actual football players. He said that many times on his fucking show. Like...
Which, by the way, is fucked up because, Skip, I want to see you kick a 35-yard field goal.
Fuck that. Anyway.
22. Old extra point. I want to see you kick an old extra point. You know, toe bash it in there.
So, to wrap it up, my soliloquy is this. Butler might have helped, but it wouldn't have mattered because, A, he's a B player overall. It's not like he was a game changer. Right. And the Eagles were on a roll. Brady had chances to win the game, and he couldn't come up with it. Let's not blame Malcolm Butler not playing on the Patriots not winning the Super Bowl. That's what we do with Tom Brady, and what people accuse other people of doing for LeBron, is you make every excuse on why he couldn't win or should have done this or should have done that. It's the same thing with Brady, but y'all don't want to see it that way. Oh, Malcolm Butler would have changed the game. No, he wouldn't have. What is Malcolm Butler going to do with Alshon Jeffrey playing out of his mind? Deshaun Jackson at the time. They had 4 running backs or some shit. They were just on a roll, man. It wasn't matter.
All about fucking Alshon Jeffrey. How long has it been since he's been? Is he even still in the league? Or is he still hurt somewhere?
He's probably still hurt, I think. They signed him to like a 6-year deal after that. Anyway.
At the time, I was like, what is Chicago doing? Now, I get it.
No. I remember when we drafted him. I was very happy. He played at South Carolina.
A lot of good that did him. Getting hurt all the fucking time.
I mean, what he's supposed to do? It's not his fault.
Fucking stay healthy.
You stay healthy.
My Achilles hurt.
Yeah.
My Achilles hurt you just saying that.
But yeah, so that's my. We're gonna talk more about Tom Brady and them in a little bit because some bullshit Skip Bayless says, obviously. But
bullshit.
It is time for bullshit Skip Bayless says.
Bullshit Bip says.
No.
Bip Scaleless.
Bip Scaleless writes for Pro Football Focus. And his cousin Chip writes for the fucking New York Times.
I really need to know what the fuck we had Chip doing.
I don't remember. We had Bip, Chip. That's so fucking stupid. Anyway,
Chip's got a like a beret on with like the little douchey little tiny glasses.
Yeah. Like they're like little bitty.
Little fucking.
Starting with Michael Vick, who makes a rare appearance. So Antonio Brown.
Chip's the kind of guy that tries to steal your
Dip.
your girlfriend by reading poetry.
The fuck? Where did that come from?
It's the little glasses.
Mike Vick said the Bucs can't go shot for shot with teams because Antonio Brown was out. They still have 2 Pro Bowl receivers on that roster, 3 tight ends, and 3 running backs. Oh my God, what are they gonna do without 85-year-old Antonio Brown?
Not worry about
because he didn't play because AB didn't play against the Rams, and so he's like, they can't go shot for shot with the Rams. They don't have that deep threat. Mike Evans had 7 consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards receiving. You say he got all those on fucking slants and drags?
Yeah. I'm saying that's what he said. I mean, so aggressive.
Skip. He criticized Matt Stafford for going 1 for 6 starting the game. He's like, Matt Stafford played awful. How are you going to just start 1 for 6? But then when he came out of that and started playing really well, you didn't say anything about he played well. It's like he went 1 for 6. How are they going to win the game?
It's like they went 1 for 6 and then he didn't throw the ball again the rest of the game.
He had 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Like, what are you talking about?
What more?
He got off to a slow start and then he played well. That's a good thing. Like, what are we on here? Skip? All right. What?
Just tossing balls in the air. I don't know. Wasn't ready. Got to keep your head on.
Skip tries to discredit the Lakers' 6 Hall of Famers by comparing their careers and seeing if they would make the NFL Hall of Fame.
First of all, you can't do that because literally, if you can pick a basketball up and spin it on your finger, you make the NBA Hall of Fame.
I'm going to say it again. I want you to let this one marinate. Okay. Skip was going through an exercise. They talk about the Lakers have 6 NBA Hall of Famers, future NBA Hall of Famers. But if they were in the NFL, would they make the NFL Hall of Fame?
How is that a comp? I don't understand how that's a comp. Everybody knows everybody knows the Basketball Hall of Fame is the easiest one to get into.
By far.
And then it goes to NFL, which is and then baseball's way the fuck up.
Yeah, baseball doesn't make any damn sense. Listen, here's the other thing.
The writers, man.
How do you even... Because you know why you go through that exercise? You know why you do that? Because...
You gotta hop, skip, and a jump your logic.
Not only do you have to extra reach Michael Jordan in Space Jam reach to make that connection, but also the only reason you would do it is to try to discredit the team.
What would you... Okay, Russell Westbrook has had, 3 seasons of averaging a triple-double? What do you compare that to in... 5? Okay. What do you compare that to in the NFL? Like...
What do you compare... Like, for example, he was like, Carmelo Anthony, he only averaged... Like, I don't understand points per game, how would that average to anything in the NFL?
He'd probably get, 1 catch for 10 yards.
12 first-team All-Pros. That's not doing it in the NFL. Like, shut the fuck up. Also, the literal only reason is to try to... And here's the other thing. He's going through this litany of reasons why the Lakers aren't going to work. Russell Westbrook's a dickhead. All this shit. When they win...
they have to win this year.
What's he say?
I don't know.
They had a stacked team.
Yeah, of course they won. They had
6 Hall of Famers. You were just comparing the NFL Hall of Fame for basketball players. What are you talking about?
Oh, I fucking hope LeBron wins this year. I'm gonna buy the both of us fucking LeBron James jerseys, and we're gonna wear them when he wins them.
All right, I'm with it.
We're gonna lick them while we talk.
I wish you wouldn't have said that on the air.
I'll Kobe bite it.
Oh,
and then you come in wearing the LeBron black mask.
Oh, bad, definitely. I'm gonna do the silencer through the door, kick the door in, fucking do the silencer.
Your daughter and your mom or your wife are gonna be very upset.
They're gonna have a hard time, but you know what? They'll be okay. Love you, babe. All right. She's not listening to us right now. She's fighting dragons. She'll be fine. Skip was talking about how I'm trying to figure out where this happened. It was after you know what? We did forget a game. I did forget a game. The 49ers fucking drive down the field. Take a 6-point lead?
Yeah.
Well, no, you took a 2-point lead.
It was a lead. I don't know.
They took a lead with 37 seconds left. Kyle Juszczyk caught a little angle route, get in the end zone. They take a lead with 37 seconds left. Rodgers gets the ball, throws a beautiful ball to Davante Adams over the middle. Just fucking a dart, man. Just barely over Fred Warner's outstretched hand.
We're gonna keep talking about this.
Yeah, they run another play. Nothing happens.
At least my team was in the realm of winning. Oh no, go ahead. I'm going to talk about Chicago after this. Hell yeah. Yep. Go ahead. No, finish what you're saying. Go ahead.
And then he throws another beautiful sideline dart to Davante. They call timeout in field goal range. Well, they don't call timeout. They hurry up and spike it. Mason Crosby hits a game-winning field goal, and the Niners end up losing a heartbreaker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Justin Tucker had more yards than y'all did, so just gonna go ahead and if you want to do that, at least we were in the game. Anyway, what were we gonna talk about next?
No, let's talk about the Bears. You want to talk about the Bears? Fuck them. Listen. Justin Tucker's field goal was more yards than the Bears had. The Bears gave up more sacks than completions. We had 1 net yard positive passing for the day. Fucking Matt Nagy is an incompetent.
But seriously, in all seriousness, like it felt like fucking sabotage.
They set his ass up to fail.
Yeah.
They didn't roll out. They didn't move the pocket. They didn't keep any extra blockers in.
They didn't do anything to help a rookie quarterback.
Bro. Did you forget? Maybe you forgot. I didn't forget. Maybe y'all forgot. Myles Garrett plays for the Browns. So do you think 38-year-old Jason Peters is hanging on with Myles Garrett?
And fuck that.
No.
Even if he could, you got Jadeveon on the other side, bro.
I have 1 eyebrow. I have 2. Listen. Leave me alone. I have 2. Look, there's a gap. Look, right here. Gap. Okay? Don't call me Anthony Davis, first of all. Second of all. Listen, I'm not done. Listen. Myles Garrett's on one side. You know who's on the other side? Jadeveon Clowney. What are we doing? And it wasn't like the Browns did anything special. They just rushed 4, and our offensive line was just like, fuck it. We're not going to block anybody. We didn't hardly run the ball. We didn't get any easy completions. We didn't set up any easy plays. And if we did, we got pressure. Like that, there's a stat. Oh, he had 0.78 seconds to throw the ball on average. That's not entirely true. Some of it is him not making the right reads. I'm not saying Justin Fields played well.
He didn't have a chance to play well. You didn't set him up.
Okay, but even so, there were opportunities, and he didn't make those opportunities. He played rough. Now, granted, if you've just gotten your head caved in 4 plays in a row, you're probably going to be struggling a little bit. However, there are some things he could have done to make it better, but that's a small portion of what Matt Nagy could have done to run a competent offense instead of having a fucking chimpanzee on the sideline just fucking throwing shit. Literal shit. He grabbed it, threw it on the play card, and handed it to Justin Fields. And I feel like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do with this? Just wung it?
Yeah. It's like, however far this goes, that's the play you run. It goes 3 yards.
It was awful.
But seriously,
the Bears' defense played so well. We were in that game. They only won 26-10 or some shit like that. 26-6 maybe. But the game was really close for a long time until the eventually Kareem Hunt broke the game open with it was 10-6 I think, and he broke the game open 17. Got him up 17, and the Bears defense just let go of the rope after that. I mean, it was. They tried. They really did. But, man, that offense was horrible to watch.
Everything that I've seen about that game, it really...
Speaking of god-awful offenses, Notre Dame's offense is terrible. And that quarterback, Jack Cohn, is trash. He's awful. He fucking... We're on the 5-yard line.
I don't understand why you didn't let the third stringer play. He played well for y'all last year.
He came back and he played the second half. He let him back. He scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. He got us to do... He got us to one score.
Why didn't he start? That's what I'm saying.
But because it's just, you know why? The kid is from a transfer portal over.
Brian Kelly's a fucking moron. That's
not true. Brian Kelly's an amazing coach. He's the winningest coach in Notre Dame history, first of all. Second of all.
How many national championships does he have?
Okay, well, you can't.
It does, though.
No, in college football, that's different.
So if Joe Paterno, in his entire, however many, take out the weird rapey shit, if he had all them 800 wins and no national championships, I wouldn't give a shit. But like Nick Saban, who's got all the national championships and wins.
Okay. First of all, you don't watch college football. Second of all,
I watch it.
You don't watch it. You don't watch it. You don't watch college football. Did you turn on a game today?
No.
All right, shut the fuck up. First of all. Second of all, here's the other thing. The way it works is recruiting. Mm-hmm. So if you're at Alabama and you get all the good players,
that's because nobody wants to go to South Bend and lose all the time. Go ahead.
Okay, you're an idiot. First of all.
I am.
Second of all, okay. How about this? Why is Clemson dick this year? They get a bunch of great players. Why are they dick?
Because they all went to the NFL.
Okay, why is fucking Florida dick?
Did you just?
Why is Georgia really good this year? Because they got some good players.
Did you just compare Notre Dame to Clemson?
They're both in the ACC. Notre Dame's a hit. One
wins national championships. The other one chokes in the first game they get in the playoffs.
National championships. How many national championships they won last? Two. One wins. One. You had Deshaun Watson and you won one. No.
You gotta go all the way back to the fucking 80s.
I'm not saying Notre Dame is a great team. What are we doing?
First of all, compared to Clemson, though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's not the same thing in college football. College football is way different because you have to get. If you don't get recruits, it doesn't matter. Your team's gonna be dick. So yeah, Alabama.
Why doesn't Notre Dame get recruits?
They do. Notre Dame is always in the top 10 recruiting.
Then why are they trash?
They're not.
They are trash.
They were literally the 9th ranked team in the country,
and they lost
to the 8th ranked team in the country, to a better team.
Do yourself a favor and go look at Cincinnati.
That's not the point.
They haven't played a fucking person.
Okay, but do you know?
I'm saying yes, they are 8, but they shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you can say that. However, the committee, the people who fucking my fucking hair, the people who make the people who make the rankings watch all the games, everything they take into account. Oh, you know what? They play a dick schedule, but they still look good. That's why UCF was ranked 5 that one season.
Alabama barely beat Florida, and they still stayed number 1. After not playing anybody, and they still haven't played anybody since except for today, they walloped all over Ole Miss, which fucking shocker there.
Ole Miss had one of the best offenses in the country.
Did them a lot of good, didn't it? Lane Kiffin.
See, you do this shit, and it's not the same.
Daniel Tosh's ugly, shitty football coach brother. Have you ever seen Daniel Tosh and Lane Kiffin? They look just alike.
They do.
Google it. They look just alike.
All right, let me go here. Anyway.
Steve was talking about Notre Dame's trash. Go ahead.
I wasn't making an argument otherwise. You're such a fucking piece of shit.
I still think they should have started after the game last week when he came out and had those 2 drives in the fourth quarter. He should have started. But no, you put the other fuck in. You waited way too long to put the third stringer in, and that's why you lost. And you know why? Because Brian Kelly is fucking trash.
He's literally.
I cannot wait. I'm going to a game November 20th, and I'm going to scream out. Brian Kelly is dog shit.
But he's not. He's literally not. He's a really good coach.
Is he?
The offensive line is bad. Mm-hmm. But you can only do so much.
Yep. So then, if you know your left tackle shit, why don't you always shed or shed a fucking line,
because
a running back or a tight end on that side?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna move all my guys over here. Oh no, I don't have anybody on this side. Like,
did I say? Bring your 2 guards.
You did. You 100% did.
I said literally, bring your fucking tight end and put a running back right here and help that poor freshman.
Do you know?
Do you know? He was fucking doing algebra and then going out and blocking on Friday nights, and now he's fucking sucking dick on a Saturday, and it's not his fault. It's Brian Kelly's fault because he's fucking ass.
He's not. You literally can't say that.
How's he not ass? I don't understand how he's not ass.
So your only qualifier for being a good coach is winning national championships. That means there's one good coach in the last decade. 2.
Yeah. Yep.
That doesn't. So there's only one good coach in the NFL.
No,
there's only one good coach in the NFL, right? There's only one good coach in the NBA. There's only one good coach.
Name one coach in the NBA.
Frank Vogel, Eric Spoelstra. Greg Popovich.
Eric Spoelstra's trash. And
Eric Spoelstra's not trash.
He is trash.
He's not
What's
trash.
he done since the Big 3 broke up?
He literally just went to the finals last year.
Did he? Or did Jimmy Butler go?
I know you're not giving Jimmy Butler all that credit. I know you're not.
I'm not giving Eric Spoelstra shit because he fucking went in there and got a dog walk by fucking LeBron James. So
everybody gets dog walked by LeBron James.
Not the Warriors, but all right. Spurs didn't get dog walked by him.
They literally did. They literally did.
When?
They literally second championship, but
they got dog walked.
Yes.
Dog walked is going to Game 7. That's dog walked.
That was this.
That's dog walked. Dog walked is 4.
Oh.
Maybe 5 if you let them win 1 at home. 7 is not dog walk.
All right, fine.
Because ask Michael Jordan what a Game 7 is. Oh wait, he don't know because he wins titles in 6. So anyway,
yeah, he wins titles in 6. How many times did he lose in Game 7 before that though? Because I'm pretty sure he's got like 3 or 4 Game 7 losses on his resume. So it sounds to me like, yeah, you know, you're holding up what 6? You know, if you hold up 7 for me real quick, that's how many times he lost in the first round before he got Scottie Pippen. Anyway.
6-0.
Aaron Rodgers, according to Skip, he discredits all his playoff wins so he went to the Super Bowl, right? And then after that, he says, well, he beat the Vikings and Joe Webb. He should have lost to the Cowboys because Des Bryant caught it. He beat Caleb Haney
Who's he doing now?
Aaron Rodgers. These are all his playoff wins since the Super Bowl run.
Get the fuck out. So does he not remember when he threw one of the prettiest passes I've ever seen
against the Cowboys?
Against the Cowboys?
Yeah, he calls that the Mason Crossbar game because Mason Crosby, I'm going to verbatim tell you what he says, and the only reason I know it verbatim is because he says it all the fucking time. Mason Crossbar hit 2 intergalactic field goals of 52 and 56 yards to beat my Cowboys. Now, 52 and 56, not intergalactic. Justin Tucker's 66, that's intergalactic, first of all. Second of all, he goes, it doesn't make any damn sense. The ball didn't have any spin. It was definitely going left, and somehow he just hooks it into the right. That's crazy. How did Mason, he shouldn't have hit that field goal. The Cowboys should have won.
But he did.
Shut up.
But he did, though.
Shut up.
But he did, though. He hit it, so...
I don't understand.
He takes that same logic, but then he also says Kawhi hit one of the greatest shots of all time.
He does call it the luckiest shot. He does, in fact. It is a great game winner. Like, it's great.
It's bullshit.
I understand, but it is still great.
We have all taken that shot, and he's the only person on the planet that...
No. I'm not... Okay.
The buzzer went off 6 times before that ball went in.
But it is lucky, but it's still a great shot. It went in. It's a great shot. Yes, there's a lot of luck involved, but sometimes there's luck involved. That's fine. Listen... He discredits somehow Aaron Rodgers gets discredited for beating the Vikings because Odell Beckham took the receivers to Miami instead of being ready for the game in Green Bay. I'm not sure how that's Aaron Rodgers' fault. I don't know why you bring that up to discredit him. But anyway, here's the crazy part, right? He's trying to discredit. It's also his
fault that the fucking Vikings were starting Joe Webb.
Yeah, and that's the year Brett Favre got hurt. So anyway, how about we do this, right?
Oh, that was that long ago. Jesus.
How about this, right? So we can take away 2 of Brady's first 3 Super Bowls because the kicker won those, and that doesn't count. Yep. He beat Taylor Heineke in the first round last year, so that playoff win doesn't count. The Falcons should have dog-walked him, doesn't count. He beat Tim Tebow in a playoff game, so that series doesn't count. Right? That's how that works? Same thing? Same thing. All right, cool.
I think so.
So they have media day this week for the NBA. They're talking to the Lakers, getting the vibe, how they're feeling.
Are they starting in December again?
No.
So
we're like 2 weeks away from the start of the season.
Yes.
Yeah, basketball's coming. Ooh, we're gonna talk about so much basketball.
Yes.
And they asked Russ about Anthony Davis. They're like, "What do you think about AD?"
He does look like he's put on some muscle in the last 2 years.
He really does, bro. He looks big.
Go look at the comp. They put out
2 years ago when he first got to the Lakers, and this year he looks like this, bro. Just shoulders.
Yeah,
he looks really big.
Good. About fucking time.
Hey,
about fucking time.
He's your center, dog. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Lift some fucking weights.
He obviously lifted a lot of weights. Anyway, they were asking Russ about AD. He said, "Look, AD is our ultimate weapon. If he's at our best, we're gonna win, and I'm gonna be pushing him every night to make sure he's at his best. We're gonna do this together." Blah blah. Right?
He's only gonna play like fucking 15 games because he's gonna expect him.
Don't say that.
Don't say that. He's gonna get hurt.
Don't say that. Why? Knock on wood before you say some shit like that. Listen.
Huh?
Anyway, Skip says, Russ, now I just read you Russ's quote. Skip says, Russ is already calling AD out, and how is AD going to be able to put up with that? With Russell Westbrook, the new guy, kicking in the door and taking over the team, calling out Anthony Davis, saying he doesn't play hard every day.
No, he doesn't. He just said if he plays hard, we play hard, so I'm going to make sure he plays hard. I don't understand what you're talking about.
I'm telling you what Skip said about Russ.
Where does he live?
California.
Skip?
Yeah.
I'm going there. 2 months.
Yeah. Listen, I'll bail you out. I'll bail you out.
Run into Bip Scalus. I'm gonna knock his ass the fuck out.
No.
Yep.
No.
70 and all.
Don't put that on the internet.
All right.
Next up,
does that make it premeditated?
Again during media day, they're asking LeBron, what he felt about last season, and he was like, "Look, the bubble took a lot out of us. We didn't have time to train or recover in the off season, and I think that's part of the reason why we got hurt. I think that
month off.
I think the whole NBA is going to be better for having a longer, better off season.
What did we all say?
And right. Skip says he's making excuses because 2.5 months is plenty of time to get ready for the next season, especially if you spend $2 million on your body. Hey, that was the shortest off season between end of one season and start of the next in professional sports history. Not in NBA, in all of professional sports. That's the shortest one, and that's not a valid excuse. And he also said, well, he got 4 months off in the middle of the season, so that counts, right?
March, April, May, June, July. Football gets about 5.5. Baseball, December, January, February. They kind of start in March. Spring training starts at the end of March.
Yeah, but spring training is not the regular season.
NBA normally
June,
July, August, September,
October.
So like, yeah, man, they had like half the time they normally have. You fucking moron.
I just don't understand. And again, it's because LeBron said something, and that makes it a discreditable.
I mean, immediately, anytime LeBron makes a comment, he's he's like, it's like he fucking puts it under a microscope. He's like, all right, how can I dissect this to make
exactly
like a fucking bitch? And he's not.
He's not.
LeBron's not a bitch.
No, not at all. I mean, he does do some bitch things. We gotta be fair.
You're too big to be flopping, dog. That's about. If you took that out and all that crying shit, I'd be all right.
But
talking about crying, you're 6'8", 265.
My notes are done, so I'm kind of out here. But we are gonna try. If now
I'm thinking we're probably not gonna have an episode.
Probably, it depends on when. I mean,
let's just hope for your wife's sake that there isn't one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a week. If it's been a week, she'll be cool. If it's been a week, she'll be cool with it. But listen.
No.
I don't want to say it because she'll get mad. But anyway, we're going to plan on having an episode next week. The goal is to watch some of these Star Wars visions.
You need to watch What If, too.
I don't want to.
You just read an article about it on the podcast.
I read an article about
although people are bitching because apparently Thanos gets his ass whooped. And people are pissed off about it because it's like, see,
I didn't say anything. I don't want to be accused
because I think Ultron beats the fuck out of him.
That's weird. Oh, isn't Thanos like a good guy or something? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
He is, but he's still like. It was only because fucking T'Challa talked no jutsu'd him out of getting the Infinity Stones. You gotta watch it. It's pretty good, bro. And it's gonna bring a tear to your eye because you get to hear Chadwick Boseman one more time.
I do love that. Hey, but listen, so we're gonna try to watch
something that I recommend for fucking once.
I did. I'm watching Supernatural right now.
No, don't do that. That was your wife.
You helped.
I begged you to watch that. You're like, I've seen a couple episodes completely out of order. It's fucking terrible. And I'm like, yeah, but they're completely out. I don't give a shit.
I saw the episode.
And now, how far are you?
I saw season 13. I saw the episode where at one point, one of the times, spoilers, when Dean was in purgatory, I think it was when he was escaping from hell and the things were coming after Benny.
When he gets sent to purgatory.
But there's two, but they go back.
Yeah, to go get Benny.
But it's definitely the first time the guys. Benny. Yeah. But they don't get Benny. I'm talking about the first time when he leaves through the blue glowy portal and shit. Yeah, I saw that episode. I was like, this is trash.
So you saw it completely out of context.
I woke up in the middle of the night and it was on. Yeah.
You're an asshole. Who does that? I mean, yeah, for sure. Have you heard some of the things I've been saying to you just to make you mad?
Yes.
All episode.
Yes, it's your fucking job. Listen. We're gonna watch Star Wars Visions first. I will take up What If after I get through with that.
This dude hasn't watched fucking WandaVision. You haven't fucking watched Captain America.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I am tired of Marvel fans.
You haven't watched.
I can't do
Loki. Neither have I. You haven't. I haven't finished What If. I haven't even started.
I want to watch Star Wars Visions because I like that better. I'm gonna start there. I didn't know how short those episodes were. They're only like 14 or 15 minutes long. I will say this: they need to be careful.
Marvel really needs to be careful because it's already oversaturated. Because
sticky.
Remember for a while they were rapid firing off movies. There was like 3 a year. They need to settle down.
But the problem is that when they come out with movies again, you're gonna have to know all this shit.
I'm hearing nothing but good things about Shang-Chi. I don't know anything about the guy. I'm gonna watch it, but
he has the 10 rings.
I am very wary about going into theaters and shit like that right now.
You a little nervous though?
Yeah.
I really want to go watch Venom and Carnage though.
Apparently, there's a spoiler alert for a movie that's not even out yet. Apparently, there's an end credit scene that opens the door for him to be in the MCU. Yeah. All right, so this is what all right, let's talk about it real quick. We got time. This is what I want out of this movie. All right. I want Carnage to show up, the face-off. I want Venom to get motherfucked.
Definitely.
Right? So, but here's the thing. My wife argued with me. She's like, no, Venom has to win. I was like, no, he doesn't. I said, because this is the thing you don't know about Venom, is he is a bad guy. And until Carnage bends him the fuck over, and then he has to team up with Spidey, then they go after Carnage together, which is where you're going to see Tom Hardy and the Tommies, Tommy squared, go up against fucking Woody Harrelson, which that's fucking elder abuse, by the way.
Can we talk about what a weird ass pull that was? Why Woody Harrelson? You couldn't
I
find
don't know,
anybody
but
else?
from what I'm saying,
it's a good cat.
People,
I mean,
I guess there's a review out there that they're shitting on it already, but they were shitting all over
the first one.
The
only thing I've heard is positive about it, and I'm
excited.
My mom and brother are going to go see it tomorrow.
It's out already?
It came out October 1st.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
I'm about to go see it next weekend. My wife does not know this movie's out.
It came out on Friday.
I thought it got pushed.
I'm sorry.
I'm dead man.
Anyway.
So when you're doing this podcast solo,
it's going to be me and Squish. Anyway, you guys.
You don't want that.
I do want that. She would
try to take the belt from her.
No. Hit me with the mandible claw. Anyway, as long as she doesn't have Socko, I might live. Anyway, appreciate you guys for coming and hanging out with us. We might be here next week.
A little mini
Socko. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us this week. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. If not,
you were warned.
And it'll be 2 weeks then. Like, what's the big deal? It'll be fine.
Then you get to hear us ramble on and argue and make him mad twice as much.
I will probably be a little delirious on lack of sleep. That'll be fun. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping.